Hello viewers, a pleasant day to you all. Welcome to my channel. One of the security experts we have in the nation, in his interview yesterday, was talking about the consequences of military takeover following the recent coup in Burkina Faso. And some Nigerians were saying, okay, this should actually take place in Nigeria. And he was just talking about the whole thing, and I was just looking at him, and this whole thing has prompted a lot of Nigerians to react. Now, if you look at what has been happening since TINUBU took over power, you could see that we cannot even describe what we have currently as democracy. Even before now, the democracy is shaking, but look at it under the TINUBU's administration. Like, opposition can't even hold meeting, people can't even criticize, people, like, the government of the day is using the security force we have against the citizens of a nation, because what they are clamoring, or should I say holding the government accountable, clamoring for the government to do the needful. And I think this is not going to end. So I looked at that interview and I'm like, okay, what we are having here cannot even be described as democracy. So it's not just the Gen Zs alone that is saying, okay, the military should just take over. No, it's not just the Gen Z alone, because at this point in time, if your right is being trampled upon and a lot of things is going wrong, then there's no point in saying, okay, what we are actually having in this nation is called democracy. Now, the military, the security forces we have, let me use that word, they are nothing but a bunch of disappointment as far as I'm concerned. Okay, you are channeling your energy on individuals speaking what the truth is to power, criticizing the government of the day, looking for them, taking them to court even on behalf of the government, but you cannot deploy half of that energy into criminals. When I say criminals, I'm talking about the terrorists that we have, the bandits that we have. You can't even maintain that same energy on these individuals, but you want to put it up on citizens. And I tell you, these are some of the things that people look at and tell you, no, this is not going to happen. Now, the DSS summoned, or should I say they have detained, because I'm seeing some places where they say some write-up where they're saying, okay, DSS detention of Yusuf Datti, and I'm like, okay, simply because of what he said yesterday in his interview. And we know Datti to be vocal, we know Datti to always speak the truth. In fact, some of the things that he said yesterday when he described the terrorists, the Boko Haram people, as gentlemen, not jihadists, a lot of people came for his neck, alongside some other things he said in the interview, only for the DSS to go after Datti, that he is inciting violence. So in other words, people are not allowed to speak anymore, or people need to prepare what they need to speak, or should I say try as much as they can to sieve what they speak in any interview. Now tell me, with the summon of Datti and some other summon that have taken place in the past, will you beat your chest and tell me that the TINUBU administration is not even doing worse than the military regime did? Somebody should tell me. If TINUBU administration is not doing worse, with the eye they look TINUBU and they see and say, if Nigerians don't stand up, it will just be like what is going on currently in Tanzania and what Cameroonians have been experiencing for ages. I'm going to show you part of what Datti interview, what he said in Datti's interview, that prompted this whole summon by the DSS. But before I get to do that, let me quickly show us this little clip of Erufai's son calling on the screening and some other stuff that has to do with the budget, that has to do with the budget of ministries seeking to waste resources. I put it that way because to me that's wasting of our resources. I'm going to show you that clip and then we'll be back.
Please, they should just relax now. Vehicles do not expire. Since I was a boy, budgets every year come with new computers, new furniture. These things don't expire, sir. We should cut them out totally. We can't be asking Nigerians. We can't have a tax reform bill that could shape the fiscal shape of this country. Well, as leaders, we are not cutting anything. We budget for vehicles every year. We budget for utensils every year. So what I would like us to do, sir, to open more revenues or block loopholes, is to look at all these ministries that are bringing their budgets. If they bought vehicles last year, please, they should just relax now. Vehicles do not expire. These are the little things, Mr. Speaker, that unless we start looking at them, the loopholes we talk about will not come out. But committee chairman that are more experienced than myself should look into this. Nigerians are tired of every agency buying fork and knife every year. We should show them we are serious and do this drastic cut.
Now, truth was spoken here. I am not a fan of Malam Nasir El-Rufai. Neither am I a fan of his son. But I'm going to pick the truth when the truth is spoken. Take the truth, the message, and leave the messenger. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Because for so long, you know, the governments, we have seen them being wasteful. And I think at this point, they also, within them there, the green chamber, the red chamber, also need to stop buying themselves vehicles. Because they are talking about fixing loopholes. They are talking about, you know, curtailing certain things. It doesn't end in just saying it. They should also live by it as much as they are trying to, you know, curtail the expenses, the wastefulness of other ministries. Every year, anytime when new administration come, they will always buy vehicle. Those people within the green chamber and the red chamber, did they not also get themselves vehicle sometime last year? That news went abroad. They did. So these are the things that actually get Nigerians angry. You are taxing life out of the people, living luxurious lifestyle at the expense, at the detriment of the people you are supposed to protect. Indeed, these things don't expire. Even the cars that were used during the Buhari's administration, the cars that expire. How about the ones used during the time of the Jonathan regime, the time of the Yar'Adua's regime, the time of the Obasanjo regime? All those vehicles, then they expire. Because I don't even understand the whole thing about every time that there is, you know, a new administration, there's purchase of utensils, there's purchase of vehicles, and you get to wonder, okay, how about the one? Even them with that assembly, the lawmaker before themselves, what happened to the vehicle? Or is it that this vehicle, they buy them in this individual's name? I thought this thing is supposed to be official vehicle. You will hear billions being spent on utensils, both at the federal and at the state level. Look at the one they say they spent in setting up the office of the First Lady. For office, we know the constitution. Look at the amount they say they spent in the office of, the chief of staff, Femi. And you get to wonder, you are setting up digital this, digital that, digital that. Okay, was it not there from the previous administration? The computer we then use that time, anything happened to RAM? Some of the electrical gadgets that were used in those previous administration, did anything happen? Like, I tried so much to wrap my head around this thing to want to understand the government, but at the end of the day, I cannot understand the essence of purchasing these things every year. Then swear for us, say, anytime where any government come in, they have to purchase vehicle. You even hear this TINUBU administration, they even had to change tables. For something you just sit and sign something on. They didn't form too much a fizzy on top of. If poor maintenance culture is the reason why they keep changing vehicles every year, which I don't want to believe, then please, they should imbibe, you know, good maintenance culture, so that we'll stop wasting money. I don't think all over the world, you know, leaders do spend this kind of thing that we have our people here spending. I don't think so. You just get to wonder. I'm glad somebody actually raised this thing up. May they no end and there for ministries alone. Both the office of the presidency and of course them within the assembly, they need to look into it. They have to look into it, because this waste is just too much. Nigerians cannot be suffering, and then the leaders who claim they care about the nation will be, you know, spending money unnecessarily on themselves. That is wickedness. Now, some of all these things, now in Datti they look, they talk about, they criticize this administration, and then the next thing they feel is they have to summon Datti because according to them, he made an insightful statement. So to tell you that these people, they have their eyes 24/7 on the social media space, but they will be selective on what to attend to and what not to attend to. I'm going to show you a clip of Datti's interview that prompted DSS, you know, to summon him for questioning.
They are not jihadists. The real meaning of jihadists is totally different from what they do. These are not jihadists. They are gentlemen in the forest doing something else. They attack schools, they abduct, they do those kind of things. The real terrorists in Nigeria are those who are saying that the government has fought terrorism. The real bandits are those who say that this administration has brought security. Those are gentlemen in the forest. I'm not appreciating them. I don't like what they are doing. But
well, I would hope not.
I want us not to swear in TINUBU Shettima ticket. It nearly stopped it. If not because some of us were very lazy and scared, we could have stopped it. Now, put Shettima and TINUBU aside. I don't want to talk about them. I want to ask 3 groups of people to please see what they have done. The judiciary, please see what you've done. You have brought in an incompetent government that is incapable of fulfilling their promises. Nigerians, you and I and everyone, Obi, Atiku and everybody, see what we have done to ourselves, allowing TINUBU Shettima to ruin our country. The armed forces, see what you've done, that they will come look you in the face and call you bloody fools. I'm not talking about TINUBU Shettima anymore. They are inconsequential because they don't even know what they're talking about. If you say they should stop building schools, for God's sake, I've written you off.
But surely you can't hold them responsible.
They are.
No, hold on a minute. Let me just make this point. You can't hold them responsible for the historical problem of insecurity in this country. I mean, they've been there for just over 2 years.
Can I catch you, Charles?
And this stuff has been going on since 2009.
Can I catch you,
Yeah.
Charles? Thank you. You say 2009. From 2015 to now, at least you can catch Uncle TINUBU. Because the world had it with late Baba Buhari. Everybody knew what he was. And he had cried to that it was all over for him. Uncle TINUBU went and convinced him to come back. He showed him the money that Buhari's people wanted to see. It was all about money. He convinced him to come back. Everybody knew late Baba Buhari of blessed memory. I'm sorry. He doesn't know what he reads or what he used to read.
Yeah, but well, everybody didn't know that because the country voted for him. I mean, so surely you might have known that, but a lot of people didn't know that.
But we were telling the people repeatedly, and they wouldn't listen. That is why we're paying a very high price, and that's why I told you, we Nigerians should not look and say to ourselves, see, look what we've done to ourselves. TINUBU is president, Shettima is vice. What have we done to ourselves?
This is just a little clip from that interview. And since yesterday, His Excellency Datti has come under fire. Now, some people said by his statement of saying these are not, the terrorists, these are just gentlemen in the forest doing whatever it is they are doing, and saying, oh, the real terrorists, they are the ones who are doing this, who are doing that, who are doing that. Some people came for him and said, oh, we said it, oh, see this person, see this person, see this person here. I think we have to really understand where this person is coming from, because he is not in support. And let me tell you the truth. The government, we cannot even rule out that the government is not to be blamed for what's going on here. Why? Because the government has failed on its own part to, to fight to stop these individuals. Now, if you have a government who is busy making excuses as to why they cannot finish up these individuals, now, would you tell me that that is wrong to describe those people as the real terrorists? If you have people who snatch and grab, do you think that is also wrong to say that? One thing I'm not going to agree with, His Excellency Datti on is the fact that, okay, these guys are gentlemen. No, they are not gentlemen. If a government is sympathizing with terrorists and pampering these individuals, then it is safe to say that, okay, the government itself is complicit. It is safe to say that the government itself is telling its citizens, oh, these people, they are part and parcel of us. And they will remain part of us. Just like the way we see some people saying, oh, they are our brothers and sisters. Who they kill in brother, who they kill in sister? Who does that? And here we are, we have the ROI leader now advocating for amnesty to be given to these individuals. Just the way they gave it to the Niger Delta militants. These individuals have what they are fighting for. I am yet to understand what these people actually want. I am yet to understand. And mind you, these individuals, you are saying they should grant amnesty just like what they did to Niger Delta militants. Please, they were fighting for resources. And they solely went for the government. Not going about picking people in schools, picking couples, picking everybody they see on the road, picking people who are traveling to go seek their daily bread and demanding for millions. Even when it has been disclosed that there's a government of the day that is allegedly paying bandits. I looked at the whole interview of, His Excellency Datti, and I tried to understand where he's coming from and where he made that statement. And it's not wrong in saying what he said though, but where I don't agree is that we should call those people gentlemen. They are wreaking havoc. They are wreaking havoc, and we don't need them in the society. The same way we don't need leaders who sympathize and negotiate with terrorists as head in the affairs of the nation. As in, like, since yesterday, it's been crazy towards, His Excellency Datti. People for, people against, and now we say, oh, DSS is here. Okay, why is DSS trying to, DSS is calling him that what he said is bad or what? I don't understand. Insightful violence, the same thing when they talk about Mazin and the Kanu. Look, telling Nigerians to wake up to their reality, now wrong thing. It is not a wrong thing. Wake up to see that the government of the day is failing you over and over again. And the truth is that we don't have babies in this nation. That is what I need these leaders to understand. Even if Datti don't say it, there comes a limit, there comes a breaking point that Nigerians will be so fed up, and on our own, you will see us hit the street. Shebi, yesterday in the house, a lawmaker was saying this thing, that, Nigerians are getting to that point. So whether that is say it or not, is inconsequential. Because if he doesn't say it, some other person will say it. And he knew that we ourselves, we have failed as citizens. Him, Peter Obi, and some other oppositions have also failed. And that is why we are where we are today, alongside the judiciary. No, he spoke so much during that time. Really, they speak so much during that time. And still speaking now. I beg, waiting him talk now will not be the truth. Because if it doesn't come out from the mouth of Datti, it will definitely come out from the mouth of another Nigerian. And if it doesn't come out from the mouth of other Nigerians, it will get to the point Nigerians will be so tired. Already as today, so we don't even tire. Instead of channeling the energy on people saying the truth the way it is, please channel that energy, our security forces, on bandits. Abi, they know here say they attack for what is it called? Kaba. They did not hear. Are they not supposed to be to go enter inside the bush and be hunting for those people? Channel that energy there, because that is not our problem. Saying the truth doesn't kill anyone. In fact, it's something for change. I still maintain, whether that is say this thing or not, it will get to a point where Nigerians will just, take things into their own hands. So there's no point in pinning it on Datti. He said the truth and nothing but the truth. The government has failed, and has failed woefully. So make them not even think am. The way when Nigerians dey like this now, even if nobody talk, 2027, a lot of Nigerians are ready for the government of the day. So let's not even go there. Our security forces, they have turned out to be massive, huge failure. Where you expect them to rise up, you don't see them. But in other places where you don't expect them to, that is where their antennas, their antenna will just spread out. Shame no dey catch these individuals. They no get shame. They don't have shame. That is not our problem. Truth doesn't kill anyone. In fact, it should push you to change. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Click on the notification bell the moment you subscribe. That way you get to know as soon as I publish. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you so much for the immense support. God bless you richly. Do enjoy the rest of the day, and see you guys in my other videos.